So let's talk about it. Mason Greenwood got obviously released. The charges are dropped, and he's officially now available to be played. One thing that Manchester United needs to consider is that what's the best way to move forward, and it's a really complex situation as everyone is keep noticing. But what I've noticed that there are a lot of people that are campaigning for Mason Greenwood to be outed out of Manchester United. They are campaigning for Manchester United to pay off his contract and make him leave the club. These are rival fans on Twitter, and especially I saw Arsenal fans which have no position to even comment about this situation. They have their own party who has way worse evidence against him, where he actually I cannot say that word on YouTube, a woman when she was sleeping, and there is a way worse case against Partey than it is against Greenwood. And what I've seen that there are mostly Chelsea, City and Arsenal fans making this social media campaign about kicking Greenwood out of the Manchester, when in reality, when I checked most of those accounts, I'm not going to point them out because I'm not a conduit for hate. I saw that these accounts were talking with each other, messaging, saying that they would take Greenwood in their teams, meanwhile campaigning for Manchester United to have him sold or have him removed or have the contract terminated. So careful what you look for on the internet, because from my perspective, it doesn't look like every fan wants Greenwood out, because a lot of fans want Greenwood to stay in because he was very influential when he was playing. He obviously scored a lot of goals for Manchester United, and if he came back even as the form that he had before or even better, he would have definitely been a valuable member of this current squad as well, even with that form before. So saying that we just need to get rid of him, this needs to stop, because officially he is innocent, and unless something else changes, he will remain innocent. And that is the official statement. And I will trust the governing bodies, the investigation bodies, more than I would trust some YouTubers and some Twitter social justice warriors saying United should do this, United should do that. When in fact, if he's innocent, it's hurting his career, obviously, and he will try to get as quickly as possible back on the squad. And that should be his main priority if he's truly innocent. And Manchester United should facilitate him and get him up to speed with his conditions, with his health condition, and with his overall preparation for the season, because he obviously missed out 1 year with the squad, and it's obviously a different squad right now, different coach, different players. There has been a huge rotation, so you cannot consider one thing or the other when it comes to Greenwood, because if he's coming back, he might not be the same player that he was before. He might be better, he might be worse, but this is also a different group of players that he left, and now there is a different group of players that he's about to join, if he's joining. And one thing is that, like, do not listen to people that want him immediately out. They do not take anything into consideration, because these people usually are the opposition fans, and they have only one thing in mind, and that thing in mind is to get Greenwood out of Manchester United and get him in Chelsea, get him in the City, in the Arsenal squad. And these people have their agendas, and obviously these agendas are wrong, because we shouldn't judge a court case, basically, because now since he's innocent, so that is my judgment as well. I support the court and whatever they are saying. The court said he's innocent, so for me, in my eyes, he's innocent, and I might have seen something, but I have seen only part of it. And the only people that's seen the full picture are the people that analyze the case. They had the hearings, they had interrogations with people, with the victim, with the families, with the environment. They had a lot of witnesses talk. They had a lot of evidence. They also had the video evidence, and based on that, they decided that Mason Greenwood was innocent. And whatever media pundits or Twitter employees, maybe should call them, because like these people mostly do is tweet about Chelsea or Arsenal. These people have no right to be the judge, and we if we decide to keep him, there are obviously things that we will have to like accept. Things like rival football fans' chants about him being a rapist, which are obviously false now. And like I hope FFP will find these people before it gets any worse. When it comes to his footballing ability, obviously we needed someone like him. I'm kind of interested because we are still in 4 competitions, by the way. We needed a lot of players in the January transfer window, and we obviously got Sabitzer, we've got Weghorst on loans, but obviously we needed at least one more defender, one more right back, because Dalot is not injured. Wan-Bissaka came back from the injury, and they're still lacking in that position, and Ten Hag clearly wanted reinforcements. I wonder if Alexander Arnold knew about Greenwood's situation, that he will be available in February, and he purposely didn't go on the market and buy another striker. Because whatever you may think about this current squad depth, I know that Martial will get injured again. What Weghorst isn't a first team player, whatever you may think about him. I think he's a bench player, and he is an impact sub, which is a really good one because he's tall, and we can just drop a high ball on him in the enemy box and try to score, which is a Fellaini 2.0 if you think about it. And whatever people may think about Fellaini, he was useful, otherwise he wouldn't keep him. So it's an impact sub, right? So other people, we have Marcus Rashford, who clearly declared himself a striker, but he's not capable of being a striker. He's a left winger, and the best performances he has, and he continues to have, by the way, come from the left side. He's not central, and I don't think he will ever be central. So we are still, technically speaking, without the first team player striker as of today, because I know the next game Martial will get injured, and there's no avoiding it. Like, you think he's going to play more games, but he's not. So Alexander Arnold, knowing this, purposely didn't get us first team player striker in the January transfer window, and he may have been aware that Mason Greenwood situation could have been resolved by February, and he might be even started playing in the coming month, because from what we've seen so far, Mason Greenwood has been maintaining his physical condition. He has been training at home because he has been at house arrest for 10 months right now. Could be almost a year. So Mason Greenwood is physically prepared for the Premier League. Is he tactically prepared to become the part of the play? Because he obviously missed out a year of playing, which is, like, at his age, irreplaceable as an experience. That is yet to be seen. I think that 90%, 95% he will come back. And I think he might even go on loan. But there is still future for him. And if he shows the promise, if he shows development and higher level of maturity, I think he can turn it around at United, because I know very well that the moment we decide to sell him, there are big players in the Premier League like Chelsea, City, even Arsenal that will have no issues signing him, as we know, because City still have Mendy, Arsenal still have Partey. They do not care about this kind of bad media image, when in reality this guy has been falsely accused, and even the victim has been campaigning to stop it, because it wasn't her intention, and someone else took it upon himself to arrest Mason Greenwood. So this is my stance on it. And definitely, I wouldn't listen to the trolls on Twitter that say Greenwood out, because once you check those accounts, they have Chelsea logos and City logos, and the same people that are campaigning for him out, they are the same people talking about getting him in for their squads because they want that depth, that they want his talent to work for them, right? Mason, one thing I want to really emphasize here, which I don't think nobody talks, is that a lot of this behavior is on the national team and on Manchester United coaching staff, because this behavior was allowed and nobody was there to teach him, to check on him, to make him behave more adult, right? Because we live in the social media, and Mason Greenwood, obviously, as a very young lad, he got everything, like basically everything worked out for him, and at some points he probably felt invincible, and that invincibility made him cause problems when he eventually tried to broke up with his girlfriend supermodel. And, like, by the way, do not go to harass her. That story is over. We try to move on from it. He's innocent, and everyone claims he's innocent, so that's the main storyline right now. When it comes to his tactical improvement, what he can bring to Manchester United, thinking about his tactical, he can play obviously every forward position on the pitch, which is versatile and very useful. He's a goal scorer, just like Rashford, so he isn't a winger like Anthony or Garnacho, which are more interested in assisting and getting the ball in. And also lately Pellistri. I think people are missing out on Pellistri. Pellistri has a really good record for crosses, and he looks like he got those early crosses in. He doesn't try to get past his defender, so he would probably fit right above Elanga, below Garnacho, above Pellistri, definitely in a picking order. Because if he's an inward striker like Rashford, he could give Ferrashi a rest. So we could see him probably on the left wing the most of the situation. We could maybe see him as number 9 when Martial eventually will get injured, because there's no avoiding that, unfortunately. Martial will get injured inside half hour, so I think that there is definitely a space for him in United squad. When it comes to contract and his social image, I don't think United should leave it. If he's coming back, because technically he should come back, right? He got cleared up, and there is no stance to get his contract terminated. I think there should be official statements from the club explaining more of the situation for the audience, reinforcing what the law said and what the statement said, so there will be no doubt about the situation. And despite what people saw, that was only the part of the evidence, and everyone who's already giving him a sentence based on what they've seen, these people are morons, definitely, and do not listen to them, because the people that only saw the video or only have seen the images, they might have seen only a small part of the story and not the full part of it. And these people are not considering different aspects, and they already made their conclusions, which is basically a witch trials type of thinking, and that type of thinking died 500 years ago. We are no longer going on witch trials. We have law, we use evidence, we are investigating, because everyone deserves a fair trial, and that's what makes culture, you know. That's what makes people smart. We are a better civilization as of today because we no longer believe in witch trials. And what is happening to Mason right now are witch trials for other teams to snatch him up for their own benefit. And that I do not agree with. So anyway, that has been it. And thank you for 10 minutes of your time.